I don't know how to start this video. I really don't, because we've talked about retro cameras, we've talked about DSLRs and just different odd cameras, and this one takes the cake of odd cameras. It's a throwback. It's something different that's old but new again. And we're gonna get into it. So this. So the camera we're talking about today is this right here, this tribute retro TLR replica camera from a company called Chuzhao. There it is, Chuzhao. There's the branding right there, Chuzhao. I hope I'm saying it right, because I don't have a good spelling vernacular idea of how to say things correctly, because I've got like a second grade education. But that's just, between me and you, not anything special. But anyways, this is the TLR Chuzhao. It came out in 2025 with an MSRP of, that's really anybody's guess. It truly is anyone's guess, because they're priced all over the board. Literally, you go to one website and it's going to be around 30 to 40 bucks. Go to another site, it's up to $120. And honestly, I don't think this camera is really worth more than 40 or 50 bucks. So if you're going to go after this camera, after this whole review, if you think it's a camera that you might want to get for you or a loved one, or maybe in a bug out kit, then go for the low end. Go for the low end, because this camera, it's fun. It's neat to hold. I find myself enjoying it, but it's lacking in a lot of points, and we'll get to that in a minute. So if you're going to shop around, then just shop around. But if you do get one, you're going to find out this thing is a 12 megapixel camera. And guess what? It shoots video as well. It shoots 1080p video. And the video is not bad. It's usable. It really is. I'm not going to say it's high end like the cameras that I'm using here, but it's usable. So use it or lose it. Or at least that's what I tell myself every night I'm in the bathroom by myself, alone, crying. Anyways, so we're going to talk about all the pros and cons of it. But before we do, let's take a look around. Let's kick the tires and light the fires and see what you guys think of the build of this thing. First, we're going to start with the back here. Look at that. Look at the back. There's nothing on that back. There's nothing on the back. You heard about white girls that have no butt. This little girl's got no butt. This is just straight flat. There's nothing back there. I mean, there's no lens. There's no buttons. There's nothing back there than just flatness, flat booty, flatness to the booty, right? But over here, we've got a little more right here. Check out those buttons. We've got some little buttons there that do absolutely nothing. They do absolutely nothing. Or am I going the right way? Am I going the right? Anyways, that does absolutely nothing. So it doesn't matter. But on the bottom here, check out the bottom right there. Right there, we have the USB Type-C cord, which is not only a charge port, it's also a transfer. That's right. If you're too lazy to take the little SD card that it comes with out, then you can just transfer the file from this to your computer. That's right. You can just transfer, but it does come with an SD card if you want to take it out right there. This one comes equipped with an SD card, and you can get your choice of SD cards, 16, 23, 42, hike! It's there for you, so if you want it. And this also comes with something else too. If this thing keeps locking up on you, if you look really, really carefully, let me see if I can focus it. Look really, really carefully on this side right there, little pinhole, that's a reset button. So if you've got to reset it, you can set it and forget it. No, then you got to go back and do some modifications of it, but you can reset it if you need to. Hang on. Okay, I gotta watch my recording levels, because I'm losing power because I forgot AA batteries for my microphone here. But we're gonna get through this part of it, and I'll change batteries out and do part 2. So we got the SD card and the micro SD charge and transfer port. Then over here on the side, check that out right there. That's an old crank. Yeah, like back in the day when you used to have to crank these things. Like, all right there, get in the frame, get focus, hey, hold on, I can't see anything. All right, get in the frame. Focus, focus. You know, that's what that thing was. That was your frame, that was your crank. You crank, like if you want to get cranky, that's what you do. But this crank button's got a couple features on it. One, if you want to shoot video, one crank, just one, and you get about 6 seconds of video. But if that's not enough for you, if you got to keep rolling, if you got to keep making the movies, then you keep cranking, right? Look at that, you just keep cranking. It's actually functional. You just keep cranking and keep making that movie. You make the movie shine. But, it also does a couple other things. It does a couple other things. See, if you go to like look at your photos, you know, you push this button to go to the photos, which we'll get there in a second, then you can flip through the photos. That's right. You can like, oh, I like that one. I like that. I don't like that one. That one sucks. And then you can just look through the photos, you know, and then if you don't like the photos, you can also, I don't like that. Push it. Oh, do you not like this one or do you like it? And then you can delete it. That's right. This goes from the yes, no to delete or no delete. That's what this does. Delete or not to delete. That's what the handle will ask you. To delete or not to delete. But anyways, there's the handle, to delete or not to delete. So we've got the handle, we got the SD cards, but hey, how do you look at the photos, you might be asking? Well, if you're a TLR fan, that's how you look at your photos right there. Let's turn it on so you can see it. Come on, I'm going to crank it up. Let's crank this baby up. And that's how you look at your photos. Let me see if we can see my kisser on there. Let me see if I can see my kissers. Hey, there you go. Hey, let's take a picture real quick. Sure. So that's how you do it. That's your viewfinder right there, buddy. That's your viewfinder. Look up. And that's how you do things. Let me know if I'll take a picture of the camera and everything if I can. All right. Well, that's it. That's how you view your photos. See, it even gives you that feel like you're looking at like. See, check that out. That's a pretty little thing right there. But now let's move on to the front. Let's check out the front because that's where all the magic happens. So up here on the front, guys, we got the name brand, Chuzhao right there. That's where the name brand is. And then you got the two lenses, two wonderful lenses, but actually it's only one lens because this one up top, it's nothing. There's nothing there. That's right. That's just a dead cell. That's just to give you the illusion that it's two lenses in one. But it's not. They're lying to you. They're lying to you, guys. But down here's where the magic happened. This is the actual 12 megapixel camera right there, or the lens for the camera is actually right there. So if you're gonna take pictures, make sure this is what you're looking at because you want to frame it correctly, and that's what you look at. So those are some of the most important things. But you got a couple other important things. Here we've got this switch, which is the on and off. And the filter. It switches between two filters. That's right, color and black and white. Two filters. That's all you get, two filters. That's it, two. Two is the loneliest number that you ever, or is it one is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Anyways, so that's what, the two filters, that's all it is. And then over here, right here, what that is your shutter button. That and the choices that you make. So you can take your photos, hit the shot, and the response time is pretty good. So hit your photos, and also when you're choosing between deleting photos or the yes or no, that's your choice you make. That's your choices. Unlike your life when you grew up and you realized your choices were just sad. This isn't going to make you sad. This is going to be like, I'm keeping these photos. Yes, I want to keep the photos. And no, that one looks like crap. That's what you do. You hit the choice button. We're going to call this the choice button, okay? That's the choice button. Now, if you want to look through your choices in life, this is the button you hit right here. You hit that button and you get to look through the photos. You get to look through the photos and videos that you take. Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing. We forgot about this button down here. We forgot. If you don't want to crank, because notice if you crank it, the reality is you're going to get a little bit of a shake because there's no stabilization in this camera, which we'll talk about. So you can hit this down for 3 seconds or so, a little 3 seconds, just hold it down. And then you can start recording video without cranking it. So if you got a steady hand, you can actually get some good steady shots. So again, this is the shutter button and the video button. So just remember that, and it's actually kind of important. Over here, you can see this button right here. This is going to go through your photos. Look at the photos you want. This is going to go to a menu button. I forgot what menu button it is, but that's not really important. I think it's just, deleting stuff. Then over here is the autofocus. Autofocus on and off. Autofocus on and off. And that's pretty much it. That's all it comes with. 4 buttons, 1 lens, and a crank, and a viewfinder. So now that we've seen the camera, we've seen what's all around the camera, why don't we go look at some photos and some videos and see what you guys think, and then we'll do a little sum up and talk about the pros and cons of this. So, I'll see you in a few minutes.
But I'm gonna go take photos.
This is the Chuzhao TLR digital camera. And of course it's not a real TLR camera, but it is a camera nevertheless, and this is the video from it. And as you can tell, the microphone itself is not really that great, and you can't use a lapel mic with this one. It doesn't have the technology apparently to be able to hook up a wireless microphone. But let's take some video and show some photos and see what you guys think.
So, what did you guys think about this little Chuzhao camera right here? This little guy, this little Chuzhao, this little Chuz. That's it! His new name! This guy's little name, oh my God, it's Little Chuz. Hey Chuz, how you doing, buddy? You're doing, how's school going, Little Chuz? Yeah, Little Chuz guy, this is Little Chuz. I want you all to meet Little Chuz because he's such an adorable little fella. I love Little Chuz. Wouldn't you like a little Chuz in your life? Get yourself some Chuz. And that's what this is. This is Little Chuz right here on Daddy's house, and you are seeing it. And it's not the first place you'll see it. There's other reviews, probably a lot better than the review this is. But this is Little Chuz. And let's turn off Little Chuz here. There it is, Little Chuz. We're turning you off right now, Little Chuz. So anyways, so what did you guys think of the video quality and stuff? Again, I thought it wasn't bad for what it was. I mean, it is just the 12 megapixel camera. It's only 1080p, but you know, once you got a steady hand going, then you know, it wasn't bad. And the photos, if you got the right light, it wasn't bad. It still has a lot of improvements to do on the sensors and stuff. It could use a lot of work. And I'm not gonna lie, when I opened this little bad boy up, I was underwhelmed, really underwhelmed. In fact, I was almost regretting my decisions of owning this camera because I bought this. This is not a paid advertisement. And I was kind of regretting my decision because when I saw the advertisements, I knew it was going to be small. I knew it was going to be small, and it literally took me a while to, you know, push the trigger on this thing because I just knew something was up and I should have trusted my gut. And so when I got it, it felt like, oh, that's it? That's all it is? Because this feels like a Barbie's toy. This feels like something you should give your Ken dolls and stuff to go out and shoot little old 30s and 40s movies. It doesn't feel like a camera you want to take out with you daily. It really does not. I'd rather go after my digicams or my good cameras. This one just seems more of a novelty. But I'm not going to lie. When I did pick this up and did play with it, I felt myself wanting to align the shots more because you're trying to study it, because the screen on it, it is a square screen. So it gives you more idea of going perspective versus a long screen. So you're not just wanting to get a good horizon and good lights, you're wanting to get that perspective with this camera. And that's what I really feel about this thing. It actually made me want to do the perspective on it. But then there's the build quality. The build quality is, I mean, just listen to this. It's not the best. It's not the best at all. I mean, it does feel durable, like you're not going to break it if you just put it in your purse or in your pocket or anything, because this you can easily carry it in your pocket. You're going to know it's there, unlike something like a Digicam or a Camp Snap, or even some of the higher end, point and shoots, Canons and Sonys. But if you drop it, you may not have a camera again, because this thing, the build quality is just not where it could be. And the audio quality, well, you heard it. It's not anything to write home about by any means. It's usable footage, it is usable, but it's not footage that I would make a video like this for. It's footage that I would just keep as a keepsake. But for if you get it for 120, there's better cameras out there for 120 for that. But for 40 bucks, yeah, if you can get it for 40 bucks, it's not bad. Now, the pros of it are, it is fun to shoot. It is like when you're out there and you're looking down, you actually get a sense of, you're really trying to find the right angle for it. I mean, it's just not a camera you want to pull out and take a shot with. It's a camera you really want to work at. So it has that going for it, and it's easy to use. It literally, it feels comfortable for the shape that it is, so it's not a bad feel for it. And when it comes to the video, you're definitely not going to want to use the crank. You're going to want to use the video function itself. And if you got a steady hand, you're going to get some decent footage that you can use for maybe a short B-roll or something. But as far as making videos, you're not. This is straight up a novelty. If you've got somebody that loves cameras in your life, this is definitely a camera you're going to want to get. If you know somebody that just likes cute little toys, this is definitely a camera you want to get. But for somebody that's trying to learn photography, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, if you know somebody in your life that's trying to learn photography, learning that perspective with the lens or the screen, it could help out with a lot. It could help out quite a bit. But I do have some things where they can improve on this camera. I mean, for one, it could be a little bit bigger because it would make it feel more, hardy in your hands. It would make it feel like you're getting more something out of it. I don't know. I don't know if bigger would be better. Now, the size of it the size of it is, nobody's knowing you're taking photos with this thing because nobody sees these cameras anymore. So if you've got it down by your waist and you're taking pictures, I guarantee nobody is going to notice because some people just get afraid of cameras these days, and this could be kind of nonchalant. But again, I feel that they could make this bigger. But as you saw, there are shakes in this when you're cranking it, and there's no stabilization in it. Where they could take an action camera, the functionality of old Akasos or old GoPros, and they could shove all that technology in here. So you get the stabilization, you would get the higher megapixels, and you would probably get a better quality product. And this means they could stamp on a bigger price tag than just a measly 120 bucks or 40 bucks or whatever. They could charge it at $200 easy for this thing by using more technology from something like a GoPro. And with that being said, the black and white photos, as you saw, they're okay. But if they're really trying to get the sense to get that good quality, they should up the megapixels on this, because this means you can get that shot from a distance, because there is no focus button. What you take is what you get. So I can't, if I see this is what I'm getting, I can't zoom in to anything. This is the shot that I'm getting right here. So with that being said, if they had a higher megapixel count, that means you could take that shot and then you could zoom in. And then the sensor. There are some older like Leicas and Luminex cameras that have better black and white digital photos than this thing. And I think it would be wonderful if they could get that quality in here so you can get that real gritty, grimy feel of old photos. Because if you look at old photos, you can see a lot of the noise in it. And the noise actually helps out with how the camera feels. Like the retro screenless digital cameras that I do reviews of, whatever they do to make that thing look the way they do, it is perfect because you are getting that sense of older cameras. This one, it's almost there. It's not there yet. So they can make it bigger, they can put higher megapixels in it, they can get a better sensor for the black and whites to give you more grain or something, and maybe even put more into the menu so you can choose between all that. Because like I said, this thing only comes with two filters, where something like a Digifilm or the other screenless digital camera that I filmed gives you like 5 and 6 filters. They could give you all those filters in this easy. But again, for 40 bucks, there's not a lot to really be upset about. And it is a fun camera. And if you got somebody in your life that likes cameras, this is definitely a camera to go check out. So if you think this is a camera for you, go get it. It's really a wonderful camera. But if not, well, you've been you know the gist of it. You know the pros, you know the cons. And there's other videos out there that you should check out on this, because there's a lot of people that are getting these cameras and they're loving them. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a fun camera to play with. So remember, just go get a camera yourself. It doesn't matter if it's this one or the GoPro. Just go get a camera and show the world how you see it. And I'll see you guys next time on the show, or whatever this is. See ya.